Exactly. See, that's how we do it. You watch this time clock.
We're back for real this time.
For realsies.
And Jay is refusing to play as the chicken farmer.
Who's the chicken farmer?
The guy who was dancing with chickens with the big U-shaped head. That was his descriptor, remember?
God, you're ugly.
Jay doesn't want to play the chicken farmer. It reminds him too much of his
So
life.
dark. So dark. Wow.
Hello, darkness,
It's my old friend. Man, that fucking song is stuck in my head all week.
It's a good song.
It is a good song, though.
I mean, if you have to have anything stuck in your head,
Yeah.
it's better that than like a gum commercial or something.
Yeah, probably.
Juicy fruit, it's gonna move ya. That hasn't been on TV for like a decade.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, whatever you want, man. I'm not gonna insult your head like, you know, they say about, you know, glass houses.
What, are you saying you have a weird head, Jay?
Well, more
Or
like
the prince does?
The prince does. My head's fairly average, I think.
Well, it's smaller in scale.
That's true. It also doesn't have those freaky open eyes.
That's true.
God damn, he's just spitting everything.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Jesus, those eyes.
Oh, you have to... Oh, this is the level with the glowies. Oh, and you get one of the coolest cousins in this level, too. Basically, this nerd needs to be able to study. So, roll up all the glowies.
Alright, fair enough.
And then bring them back.
Oh, this is neat. I like this gimmick.
Yep. You have 5 minutes to get as big and bright as possible.
Is there anything to roll up besides the light bugs, or no?
Oh, yeah, there's shit all over the ground.
Just can't see it.
Yeah, because it's too dark.
Do you start seeing the more of the glowies you get?
Yeah,
or no?
I think so.
Yeah, now I'm saying it. The light bugs. Lightning. When I was a kid, I used to call them lightning bugs. Then I would catch them in bottles.
I suppose that's as good a name as any.
What did you call them?
I think I called them glow bugs.
Fair enough. Man, you know what? I always used to love these things. Like, I used to live in a small town in Illinois, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, that area was pretty much just rife with the little buggers. And it was just always, like, always great just in summer just getting a jar and trying to collect a bunch of them. Although they stank to all high hell.
When I was very, very little, I'm talking like 0 to 2, I grew up in this tiny bumfuck nowhere town called Owen Sound.
I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, it has like 2,000 people. And, yeah, I have no memory of this place. But,
We're like 0 to 2. I'm surprised you even know it exists.
the only reason I know it exists is because it's on my birth certificate.
Well, fair enough. Why would you read your own birth certificate?
Because I needed to get one a while ago.
You know what? Alright, fair enough.
Like, I lost mine at some point, and it then occurred to me, like, if I ever need a passport...
That will be important.
Yeah. So I got a new one.
Yeah, you know what? Alright, fair enough, I guess. Oh, jeez, the grave of Fireflies.
Oh, God!
Moving right along!
Oh, that movie is so sad.
It is depressing, the movie.
It's about the death of a 3-year-old.
It's about the death of a lot of people.
Well, it focuses on the death of a 3-year-old. But yeah, it's about the death of a lot of people.
It was the Hiroshima, or was it Nagasaki? One of the bombings.
It wasn't about either of the bombings.
Oh, wasn't it the fallout from the bombings?
No, it was, there was this guy, okay, this 10-year-old kid, is working in a fucking steel factory. His dad's in the Navy, and his mom is a stay-at-home parent for, like, their, I think at the time, 2-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And, the firebombing starts happening.
Ah, that was it.
And, their mom gets very, very badly burned. I'm talking, like, 3rd-degree burns all over her body. And, they have to go to a hospital. And then the mom dies. And he doesn't tell his little sister because he doesn't know how to break it to her. So what he does is he takes his little sister to his aunt's place, and he tells everyone, including his aunt, that his mom is in the hospital and that everything will be fine. And he starts writing letters to his dad asking for, like, money.
Yeah.
Because they need to live, right?
Right.
So eventually he fesses up that his mom is dead to his aunt.
Yeah.
And his aunt is like, well, you better start selling her shit because we need money to continue to feed you. And the aunt's like refusing to give him good food because he's not contributing to the war effort. She's like, hey, shouldn't you be in school? And he's like, my school got bombed. And she's like, shouldn't you be working? And he's like, my steel factory burned down. And she's like, well, you should still be doing something.
Well, she's not wrong.
And then, basically, at her prompting, he sells their mom's old kimonos for a toe of rice, which is like a year's supply worth. Which then she proceeds to embezzle from her niece and nephew in order to feed her family.
Yeah, I got a present. By the way, where do I get the cousin you were talking about?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, not a happy movie, kids.
Yeah, and they decide to strike off on their own. And
do I have to go back to the guy?
Yeah, you have to go back to the guy.
Alright.
They decide to strike off on their own and go live in a bomb shelter off of, like, the rice that they have.
Oh boy.
And it basically the daughter starts suffering from dysentery and dies.
I don't think I'm gonna make it up to him.
And then the son dies.
Oh boy.
And basically the aunt goes down in history as like a monster.
Yeah, pretty accurate, all things considered.
Yeah. Basically, the guy's dad died a long time ago.
So his letters weren't even going to
So
anything?
his letters weren't even... They were going to the Navy, who was just throwing them out.
Well.
Because the entire Navy got sunk right before the movie began.
Oof.
And, like, he doesn't even know his dad is dead. The only reason the viewers know his dad is dead is because they know history.
Yeesh. Whatever, so how does the son die again?
Starvation.
Oh, right, okay, that'll do it.
Yeah, basically he finds out, like, the fucking code to his mom's bank account.
Yeah.
And he comes running back with food, just in time, food and medicine,
Yeah.
just in time to watch his sister die.
Ugh.
And then he basically burns through that, becomes a homeless beggar, and just dies in the streets with the people around him calling him a disgrace.
As they would.
Because he's a, like, 12-year-old hobo. Because Japan had no funding to help the war orphans. And the private citizenry really wasn't all that much better off themselves. So, like, 99% of people were also not in a position to be able to give him food without taking it directly out of either their own mouths or the mouths of their family.
Which, for the most part, people tend not to do.
Right. But the aunt goes down in the book originally, and in history, because this is all based on the real life of this guy, as just a huge asshole.
Yeah, which is kind of warranted.
Because she totally steals this food from her niece and nephew. In an effort to feed her own family, I guess, despite being well off herself.
Yeah, so, like, it doesn't look good.
So basically, she drives them away because they realize that they're not gonna get their food unless they just take it and go.
Yeah.
He then uses the rest of his money to buy a stove to cook said food. And then the girl proceeds to develop dysentery and fucking die. Because of malnutrition. Because he doesn't fucking know the food groups. He's 11 and in Japan in post-war times.
Yep.
Well, at that point, like current war times, he just assumes that rice every day is fine.
Ooh. It isn't, by the way, folks.
Oh yeah. Oh god, no. There's like 3 foods, I think, that if you eat for every meal, you'll be fine. I know one of them is lima beans. But...
Oh, goddamn, you'll have other problems.
Yeah, you'll have other problems.
Mostly mental, I imagine.
You'll live.
Won't be a good life.
PSA, don't eat only one thing.
Probably causes some sort of madness.
Well, first of all, as I said, there are only 3 foods in existence that contain a trace of every nutrient you need to live. One of them is shit.
I don't even, dislike lima beans, it's just, there's not a lot to them flavor-wise.
There will come a point where you will just hate them so much.
If you have them every goddamn day, I should think you would.
I mean, I like bacon, but I'm willing to bet that if I eat bacon day in, day out for, a week, with, nothing to drink but water and nothing to eat but bacon, I will grow to hate it.
Yeah, more than likely. Especially if you only have one means of cooking them, so it's you only can eat them in one particular way, too.
Yeah, because all he had was, a stove. Like a crappy little dinky stove.
Probably not clean water, either.
No, he did not know about purifying water, and I'm pretty sure that's how his sister got dysentery. It's never outright said how she got dysentery, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
That would be the logical assumption.
Because he's fucking 11. He doesn't know any better. 11-year-olds are not fit to be long-term guardians of anyone.
Not even themselves.
Not even especially not themselves. They will eat candy every meal for every day if you let them. 11-year-olds are dumb as fuck. You don't let them take care of themselves or others.
Hell, they're barely suited to take care of fish.
Yeah!
I mean, how many 11-year-olds do you know that accidentally killed a fish?
Go back.
Yeah, you know what? Fair point.
There's a reason they get fish for 11-year-olds instead of dogs a lot of times.
Stings less.
Yeah, if you see another mammal die, you're more likely to freak out than if you see a fish or a reptile die. So bright.
It'll work.
You got a deer.
No, I'm just as big as 3 deers.
Oh, okay.
I'm 3 deers big. Deer big.
But yeah,
I don't even know what the hell that means.
That's Grave of the Fireflies in a nutshell.
Depressing.
Oh god, it is so depressing.
So depressing.
There's this one part actually where the little girl is afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
So what he does is he catches a bajillion fireflies and keeps them inside their mosquito netting.
Yeah.
So that they act as a nightlight. And then the next day they wake up, and because all the fireflies couldn't get any food, they all died.
Ooh, that's grim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way the movie got its name is that he scooped up all the fireflies and put them in a tin and buried them. And that became the Grave of the Fireflies. And then the kids died.
Yep. Remember, kids, eat more than rice. Also, don't starve fireflies.
Also, don't start a world war. Shit ends badly for civilians.
Shit ends badly for most involved.
Yeah. I don't think you can say any country directly benefited from World War II.
U.S.?
In a way. They did become an atomic power.
And an economic power.
They were already an economic power.
No, they were in the Depression.
I thought... No, because it was the... Yeah, you're right. No. The Depression was the 20s, which was preceded by the Roaring 30s. And World War II was in the 40s.
Oh, you're right.
It was...
No, it was the Roaring 20s, and it was the...
Oh, and then it was the fucked up 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Germany was also in a horrible depression, and Hitler pulled it out, but it wasn't worth it.
No. A lot of people died. Love killed him.
Speaking of...
Love killed him. What a beautiful sunset. Thump. Alright, folks, we'll see you next time.
No, 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 no.